Fickle moods. Dark was the night and weird the atmosphere. Gusts of wind, along with frequent showers, howled in the nearby forest. Flashes of lightning showed fearful faces, and from time to time the moaning of jackals was subdued by ghostly laughter of spirits. But King Vikram was not diverted. He climbed the ancient tree once again and brought the corpse down. But as soon as he began crossing the desolate cremation ground with the corpse lying behind on his shoulder, the vampire that possessed the corpse said, "O king, you seem to be in a spirited mood now. But who can say if your mood won't change by morning? Let me narrate a story to show how fickle is human mind. Pay attention to it. O king, that is likely to bring you some relief." The vampire went on. Bhushan and Prabhakar were brothers. Both were farmers and lived separately. Unfortunately, they came to dislike each other. Soon, relationship between the two grew very bitter. One afternoon, a herd of cattle entered Bhushan's field. Prabhakar saw it from his land, but he did not try to drive away the animals. However, before they had done much harm to Bhushan's crop, the cowherd boy appeared there and began to lead them away. Just then Bhushan arrived. He was quite annoyed that Prabhakar did not interfere with the animals. He gave vent to his anger by planting a slap on the cowherd's cheek. If anything, the cowherd deserved thanks. Had he not acted promptly, the cattle would have made a short work of the crop. But look at my brother's conduct. He beat up the poor boy. Prabhakar commented before all. Bhushan heard the comment that angered him even more. A week later, Prabhakar was returning from his field with his cart. One of his bullocks hit a rock and fell down. Prabhakar shouted for help. Villagers gathered and removed the injured bullock and put another in its place. Bhushan saw his plight but did not extend a helping hand. "The proud fellow was finding fault with me the other day. See how he is humbled now," he told a neighbor. Prabhakar heard it to his disgust. Hatred was not confined to the two brothers. It spread on to their wives too. There was no dearth of women in the village to instigate one against the other and see the fun. One day, Prabhakar's wife was seen with a pair of new earrings. "Well, if we know how to earn, we also know how to spend," she told some of the women, casting a scornful look at Bhushan's wife who was passing by. "Who does not know how to spend?" shouted out Bhushan's wife a fortnight later in a voice that was loud enough to reach Prabhakar's wife. Bhushan's wife had adorned herself with a gold necklace in the meanwhile. "How beautiful it is," said some women. "It looks beautiful to you because your eyes are good. But there is at least one woman in the village who won't even look at it," said Bhushan's wife. "True. I do not look at imitation things," commented Prabhakar's wife when she heard what Bhushan's wife had to say. Days passed unhappily for both the families. It was a stormy night. Strong wind was blowing for hours. The village lay prostrate under threatening clouds. Suddenly, a chunk of the thatch on Prabhakar's house was blown away. Prabhakar feared that his mud wall might collapse. He wanted to cover the thatchless portion with a tarp. While he worked alone, standing on his roof, a crack of thunder deafened him and blazing lightning blinded him. He fell down. His wife came running out to the open and shouted for him, but she got no response. She burst into a cry and ran into Bhushan's house and broke down in her sister-in-law's arms. "I'm afraid some danger has befallen Prabhakar. Go and find him out at once," Bhushan's wife told Bhushan. Bhushan rushed out. He located Prabhakar lying in a swoon under a tree that was about to fall. Bhushan was strong enough to lift him in his arms and carry him into the house. Had he delayed, Prabhakar would have been crushed by the tree that fell uprooted the next moment. Bhushan then braved the storm and returned with a physician. He and his wife took care of Prabhakar till he recovered fully. "I would have been a corpse had my brother not come to my rescue at once," Prabhakar was heard telling the villagers. "Had anything bad happened to Prabhakar, I would have lost all the zest for life," Bhushan was heard saying. The two brothers were no more heard speaking ill of each other. Their well-wishers were pleasantly surprised. The vampire paused for a moment and then demanded of King Vikram, "O king, what was the true nature of the relationship between Bhushan and Prabhakar? No doubt they hated each other for years. What then impelled Bhushan to go to Prabhakar's rescue immediately? Why did he and his wife so sincerely took care of Prabhakar? Answer me if you can. Should you keep mum despite your knowledge of the answer, your head would roll off your neck," answered King Vikram forthwith. Love and hatred are passions that exist side by side. When two brothers begin to hate each other, they do so bitterly. It is because basically theirs is a relationship of love. Each thinks that to get love and understanding from the other is his birthright. When their expectations are not fulfilled, they grow intolerant of each other. People are happy to give vent to some emotion or the other. Those who are extremely noble find happiness only in speaking good of others and wishing well of others. The average man gets as much satisfaction from a good happening as from a bad happening when it concerns others. People of lower nature find happiness only in seeing ill in others and in gloating over them. Bhushan and Prabhakar were average men. Once they got back the lost taste of love, they did not wish to lose it again. After all, love is stronger than hatred. The reason for Bhushan forgetting his own safety in going to Prabhakar's rescue is simple. Every elder brother has a sense of duty towards the younger brother. Even if that sense is suppressed at one time, it comes out at another time. No sooner had the king concluded his answer than the vampire, along with the corpse, gave him the slip. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Do provide your feedback in the comment section below. Thanks for listening.